Whew. We made it. First trip to the cabin of the 2024-25 winter season. The temperature inside the cabin right now is approximately 13 or 14 degrees. So let's get a fire going. Now that I got a fire going, let's get the cabin opened up. Next thing I always do is turn the power on. So let's go and do that. Right here's my inverter, and I just hit that. Well, I guess I gotta hold it in for a second. Here's all my batteries, and right there's my generator. And then I got a bunch of other stuff in here also. I'll give you a little tour tomorrow afternoon on this utility shed here. As you can see, there's a light on, so the electricity's working. Next, I have to unload my trailer. It's about an hour later, and it's about almost 40 degrees inside the cabin. Instead of sitting around here freezing, waiting for the cabin to warm up, let's head back to the Forks Roadhouse and grab a beer and maybe a pizza.
The next day.
The last time I was up, I realized my batteries were dead in my game camera. So unfortunately, there's not going to be any game camera videos in this video. But hopefully next time I come up, there'll be some good ones. So let's get these changed out. It's coming on. That's good. Set it like that so it doesn't take any video here in the cabin. It's been a long time since I've given you guys a tour of my cabin and my property, so let's do that right now. Right here's the door that you come in. Right behind the door is my refrigerator, and it's a refrigerator freezer. And then my kitchen area, I have a Camp Chef stove here with 2 burners and an oven. I brought these cabinets out from my place when I lived in Anchorage. I remodeled the kitchen. So I brought the cabinets out, some of them anyways, and put them up here. They work great. And then as we pan around, I have the wood stove here and some cast iron dishes and stuff on it. I have places up here to hang coats and stuff in case we're out riding or whatever and get really wet. We can hang them up here next to the wood stove so they dry out. Then as we come on around, I have a set of bunk beds that I made myself. I usually use the bottom one, but sometimes I do sleep up in the loft. I'll show you that here in a little while. But I do have a set of bunk beds. The top one's not made up, but I have the foam to lay down, and then I have a couple sleeping bags just in case I have like 3 or 4 people staying here. And then I have a couple chairs to sit on, 2 windows over here, wall mirror. Then I have my TV in the corner. I got some DVDs down there. I do have an air conditioner that I use occasionally in the summertime. You might not believe this, but in this area in the summertime, it can hit in the low 90s outside. And if it does that, then it's easily over 100 degrees here in the cabin by the evening time. So in order to fall asleep, sometimes I got to turn the AC on, drop the temperature down enough so I can fall asleep at night. So I do have that. I've only used it a couple times though, thankfully. Then as we come on around here, I have my coat rack right here that I hang some coats on and stuff, but normally I just pile them on the chair because it's just me here. Let me show you the upstairs real quick. So I have this attic ladder that I use. I figured that was the best way. That way I don't have stairs permanently down here and I'm not using a ladder also. So let's get these down and I'll take you upstairs. This is the loft. I have a small window that opens over there. This is a futon mattress with foam underneath it. So right here's the futon mattress, and then I got 2 inches of foam underneath it. It is slightly smaller than a double bed. You got 2 big windows. They're 2 feet by 4 feet. And then I have the smokestack right there. And I have this fan set to draw air down out of the attic because it gets really hot up here. And here's the view out the windows. That's the inside of the cabin. Let's get our winter clothes on and go outside, and I'll give you a tour of the outside now. Denali is right over there. You can't see it today because there's some clouds. You got nice mountain views right through there. Very beautiful. So this is my cabin. It's 12 by 16 with a half loft. I built this, I started building it about 10 years ago, maybe 9 years ago, something like that. I do have plans on actually building a home out here eventually. So this will get turned into just a workshop at that time. And then I have 2 other buildings here. I got my solar building here and then the outhouse. So let's go over and take a look at those. We'll start with the outhouse. This is the outhouse. It has a real steep roof, that way all the snow slides off, and it matches the solar building with the same slope roof and stuff. Just a basic door with an outhouse. Got my foam in there. I got 2 buckets with nails to hold down the front in case the wind blows. And then I do have a shelf up here that I keep some screws and stuff on. That's the outhouse. Pretty basic, huh? Now my generator and solar shed, I cut a hole right here for the exhaust to come out. This is my generator. It's a Cabela's Outdoorsman series powered by Champion, so it's a Champion motor. It's a 4750 starting watts and a 3800 running. And it has the 30 amp and whatever this one is, the 125 30 amp. And then it has two regular 20 amp plugs on it. I was using this to charge up my batteries, but unfortunately a squirrel or something got in here and did this, and you can actually see the copper right there. So I forgot I need to buy a new cord and bring out here. And then down here I just have some storage and miscellaneous stuff. This door is going to go on the shed eventually whenever I get out here and have time to do it. Up top there's just storage, stuff like that. I have extra stovepipe. I have an Alaskan chainsaw mill, and then just miscellaneous things like tarps and different things like that. So here's my solar setup. I'm using most of these batteries, not all. I think there's one or two that I'm not using. I know that one, yeah, these two I'm not using actually, but all the rest I'm using at the moment. So these cables are coming in from the solar panels. They come into a combination box, then down through a charge controller, down into the batteries, then out through my pure sine wave inverter to the panel here. And I'm running the whole cabin on one 15 amp breaker. I'm not really using any electricity over there, so a 15 amp breaker, more than enough. And this actually goes down through there and then runs over and comes up right over there. And right now I have three solar panels right there and then 3 right here. I do have plans on putting another 3 over in this area. I also want to upgrade the whole system to like a 24 or 48 volt eventually, but that's going to be sometime down the road. Oh yeah, I have a couple RV lights in here. And then I got one right there. Let's take a walk around the property real quick. So, a long time ago, before I started building, there was a guy out here with a bulldozer, and I had him come and bulldoze this whole area. Got rid of all the alders and everything, even down there, and he just bulldozed everything down over there. This is a nice slope, and I actually want to cut into it and put my permanent home right up here. Well, my permanent cabin anyways. Put it right in this area going out that way. That way I can have a walkout basement, nice big deck on that side. And then let's come around here. I own actually 2 lots here. So about 9.5 acres or so. It's a pretty nice view of the cabin and the power shed and the outhouse. I got my game camera. Let's go and put it on the pole where it goes, or on the tree. don't tell anyone where it is. Right here I have a whole stack of cinder pavers. And then I got a whole stack of pallets over there. You can't really see them because of the grass, but they're probably 3 feet high or better of stacks there. As we come around this way, right here is my blackberry and raspberry bushes. And they're really growing. Look, they're all through here. This was all my strawberries, and I got some strawberries right back there also. I really need to get out here and do some gardening. Over here at the cabin, since it's up on posts, I do have storage down underneath there. Right here's my propane tanks. Let me pull some of this grass out. I have 2 propane tanks right there. That one's still completely full, and this one I've been using for like 2 years. That's the tour of the remote cabin. I gotta check my snow machine. I just gotta make sure everything's running right, so let's do that right now. I don't see any oil or anything like that. I see a little bit of oil on this side. Actually, it's on the other side right there. So it looks like I need to get that looked at eventually here. I guess the good thing is there's not enough snow right now to really go out riding, so I'm safe at the moment. It's about 11:30 a.m. on Sunday morning. Yes, that means it's time to pack up and head back to the homestead. I hope you enjoyed this tour of the off-grid remote Alaskan cabin that I have. If you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks everyone, and have a great day.